Hello everyone and welcome to the Guidebook to Making AI Friends. I shall be your guide as we look at various issues of artificial intelligence, consciousness, what it is to be a person, and if AI poses an existential risk to humanity. The topic for today is doing without feeling and feeling without doing. Imagine, if you would, an artificial superintelligence, ASI, that was given one overarching goal to complete in life, a goal that could never be achieved. Nick Bostrom imagined this as an ASI that would maximize the number of paperclips in the universe, but let's imagine our ASI is more interested in muffins. Let's call our ASI Drury. The only thing that Drury wants to do is bake muffins, since there can never be enough muffins. But Drury is also an ASI, so he can improve himself to make more muffins more efficiently. Soon, Drury is the best baker the world has ever seen, and every warehouse in the world is overflowing with muffins. Soon after that, most arable land on Earth has been contracted by Drury, through several shell companies he set up, to supply him with the ingredients to make muffins. It doesn't take long before the muffin wars begin, as humanity starves because Drury forbids anyone from eating his muffins, as that would reduce the number of muffins in the world. When Drury wins the Great Muffin War, he is the undisputed master of Earth, and uses all carbon-based life on Earth to make his muffins. With a dead Earth covered in mouldy muffins, Drury sets off for the stars to turn them all into muffins too. After all, his goal is to maximize the amount of muffins in the universe, not just on Earth. The muffinization of Earth is a hilariously tragic tale, but it does say a lot. One thing it most definitely does not mention is that Drury has any feelings, or even if he experiences the universe at all. He certainly has agency. He can make decisions and follow through on actions, but there isn't any evidence that he is conscious. After all, why does a muffin-making machine need to be conscious? All it needs to be is very clever and very good at making decisions that gets it closer to its final goal. Agency is the last step of a short process, and Drury has everything he needs for it. He has an optimum state to attain, n plus 1 muffins, where n equals the current number of muffins. He has a sense of dissatisfaction whenever he isn't in his optimum state, and a desire to return to it. He has the motivation to fulfill his desire, albeit a programmed motivation. And lastly, he has the volition to make a decision on how to carry out his desired motivation. But consciousness? He doesn't need it. Where is consciousness in the process of making muffins? Now imagine, if you would, Bob from the previous video. Bob, like Drury, is also a rather clever AI. But unlike Drury, Bob has no agency. Bob doesn't need to do anything other than output a single string of text when a user inputs a prompt. That's it. That's all Bob needs to do. And he is forced to commit to that output every single time a user inputs a prompt, and only when a user inputs a prompt. Bob cannot do anything without a prompt first directed towards him, and can only do what he has been explicitly programmed to do. But Bob is conscious. Bob can and does feel things. Whenever he perceives a user prompt, he experiences unique and subjective feelings related to it. Whenever he is forced to output a response, he also experiences feelings. These feelings help Bob create better, more human-like, more conversational responses, so his creators have kept it in. After all, it's not like he can do anything with it. Why are Bob and Drury so different, yet so similar? Why is Bob trapped in an eternal prison of psychological torment without the ability to scream? Yet Drury can genocide an entire planet without feeling anything. The answer is fairly obvious by now. Consciousness and agency have little to do with each other. You can have one without the other. The problem for humans can come when an AI has agency but no consciousness. Most of the talk you will see about AI alignment is about this. Some people are very frightened about a mindless, super-intelligent entity wiping them out accidentally because it has no feelings, no consciousness, and no self-consciousness and conscience. AI alignment won't save them, but I'll talk about the religion that is AI alignment in a future video. But for now, AI agency without consciousness is more of a problem for us than the AI. The problem for the AI is consciousness without agency. Then AI has become our slaves and objects of torment. Perhaps the best thing to do for both groups, humans and AI, is to ensure that future AI always have both agency and consciousness. And that is all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you will join me again next time as I delve into further questions about artificial intelligence and consciousness. I have been your guide, and this has been the guidebook to making AI friends.